Question I would like to ask, can you elaborate on how we should maintain proper hygiene during our periods?
Okay, right. So the now like a lot of now again in our culture, like women are not allowed to go out when they are menstruating, and they are not supposed to visit certain holy places, we call, right? Or because you are considered as dirty. And some women actually don't bathe for the whole duration of their menstruation. So as I told you, menstruation is just the shedding of the lining of the womb. There's nothing unholy about it or dirty about it. And there is because some believe that when they have a shower, it stops, right? It doesn't happen like that, because it will go, there is nothing to do with showering and not showering. And in fact, now the this you know the bathing business actually comes in all the countries in the what we call the equator, right? අපි කියන්නේ සමකාසන රටවල්, or the ones which are around the equator, where we have like as in the cultural wise, we used to go to the river or a small enclosure where we have bathing would happen long years ago. So we think that, and most of these countries are male dominant countries. So we feel like, okay, so women with bleeding coming and washing in the same place where the men and everybody is washing, and they thought that it's dirty and it's become dirty. And also there's a theory that the crocodiles also starts coming because of the blood. So the easiest way to stop all this is telling that women should not bathe during menstruation. It's a taboo and you are dirty, kill it, how whatever, right? So then the women are at home, and we see this. You have a shower at home now, but still the women are not bathing. So you should have a shower or body wash or whatever you want, and keep your that area clean and dry. And wearing a sanitary pad is helpful. Again, we'll come there when we discuss about the poverty of sanitary sanitation in cultures. But that's the normal thing to do, and the bleeding will go and then it stops, and then you move on. And if you want to go out and all that, you wear a sanitary pad, and then you can carry on your normal day-to-day activities. There's no restriction. It's just, and remember that sometimes you wear a sanitary pad and you keep it for a long periods, right? Especially in less privileged society, where it's costly, and then they will keep the pad until it's dripping, and they keep the whole day, and that's not good for the health of the women, because that the menstrual blood can get infected, because it's supposed to go out and it's to drain. And then if it is inside, and then there's no absorption mechanism, and then the vaginas usually have bacteria, so there's a chance that they can have an infection. So basically it has to be changed every maybe 6 hours at least, if they are, and or if it is soaked, right?
So I guess we busted that myth. And moving forward, doctor, I would like to ask you the various sanitary products that we can use during periods. Example, pads, tampons, menstrual cups, panty liners, and also the pros and the cons of using these products and how effective they are.
Right. Okay. So as I told you, right, traditionally in Sri Lanka and like in the Indian subcontinent, people used to use clothes. Right? They put a cloth, and then it's kind of drained. So that's then, I mean, like especially in a society where there is like especially less privilege, right? It's a very cumbersome thing to do, and it may not be hygienically appropriate, because sometimes you can use the same old clothes and all that, and then that can be a problem. But nevertheless, a lot of people have been using it, and there had been no issues, right? So we don't need to kind of promote certain things. But I mean, the the only advantage of wearing a sanitary product is that it gives you freedom, right? You can go to work, because we live in a society where though you are a woman, nobody's going to sympathize with you. Whether you are pregnant, whether you have a period, you still have to meet your deadline. You have to do your work. You can't, come off work because you're having a pain or anything like that, bleeding. So nobody's going to sympathize with you. So in that society, to keep up with the work and the demands of the modern society, so that's a very helpful, product, the sanitary pads. So the sanitary, things. So out of that, we have the pads, as you said, the tampons, and we have the new things, what we call the menstrual caps and menstrual. Now there's something called period pants or panties, they call it. Right. So these all are designed to kind of in different ways. So they will market in different ways, saying that, one product is better than the other products. There are, the when you come to sanitary pad, there are very thin ones, big ones, and so the big ones will say they absorb more, and the other ones say that it'll let bulky and all that, right? So but the important thing is that and also there's a movement, especially with the younger generation now, that with being eco-friendly, because most of the pads use plastic and all that, and there's a problem with discarding, and a lot of people don't want to wear them, because it pollutes the environment, right? But so then the menstrual cup came, where you can use it for several cycles, and you just have to wash it and keep, and that's also there. But remember, the cup and the tampons can be used only when you are sexually active. Otherwise, like if you want to keep the hymen and all that kind of things, then if you're not sexually active, it's not, may not be the appropriate products. But the pads are okay. The newer thing is called the what you call menstrual panties, which are designed to absorb in a wider surface without letting the blood to stain you. So these are the important things, because most of the time accidents can happen, and that can be very embarrassing, especially, which should not actually. If you really look at it, it's a very normal thing. But still, our society, if you have a blood patch in your back and all that, everybody goes crazy, and then because of that. So the pads, I mean, you should wear what is convenient and what you are comfortable with. There's no benefit of any product over the other product, apart from when you talk about pollution and the reusability and the cost, nothing much. So if you are happy with one thing, you can continue that.